Hello beginner students, welcome to my home. We're going to do a short video today with some basic belly dance steps. To get started off with, we're going to do a quick warm-up. So I'm going to start by taking a deep breath inhale, and as I do that, I'm going to inflate my stomach out. So deep breath inhale. Good, and exhale, squeezing the abs all the way in. Good, again, deep breath inhale. And this time as we exhale, we're turning just the upper body to the corner, nice and gentle, exhale. Good, back to center, inhale. And exhaling to the other side. Good, and deep breath inhale. And exhale. We're going to reach one arm over to the wall. And the other side. Good, into the corner. And other side. Good, we're going to come down to flat back, reaching both arms out to either wall. And relaxing all the way down, just letting everything hang. Good, and bend your knees until you feel the stretch in your back, and gently shake your head yes and no. And roll up. Good, nice big shoulders. Up and back and down. Good. And we're going to alternate forward. And reverse. Up into temple, so palms are together, elbows are pulled back. I'm going to relax the head onto the side of the arm, and then lower the hands until you feel the stretch down the side of your neck. Good, and lifting the hands to gently lift the head, we're switching to the other side, and then lowering the hands to feel the stretch in your neck. Good, and lifting up, we're reaching up to the ceiling, all the way through the fingertips. And other side. Again, reach. And reach. Good. One more time. And switch. Good. We're going to bring the right arm across. And reaching back. Other side. And across. Good. We're going to get the weight centered on one foot, bringing the other foot onto heel, right? And we're going to pull back from the hip, keeping a nice flat back. Good. Stretching out that leg. Excellent. We're going to step behind ourselves to a flat heel, right? Nice soft lunge forward, keeping the chest open. Good. And we're going to bend into that back knee, right? You can reach it back further if you can. Good. Back to center. We're switching to the other side. Right? So opposite foot comes onto heel, pulling back from the hip. Good, and stepping behind to a flat heel. Nice and open chest. Good, and bending down into that back knee, right? If you can reach back. to center. We're going to just a little bit further than hip width apart, and we're going to relax the hips over to the right and over to the left. Good, we're going to go forward and back. So my forward is a nice gentle forward. I'm relaxing, I'm not pushing. Right, and my back is, I'm going to engage my abs to pull my hips straight back, right? So my torso comes down only as a counterweight. So I don't want you to think of it as I'm bending forward, right? My torso comes down because I'm pulling my hip back. So again, we're forward, nice and gentle, relaxed, and back, engaged, pull straight back. Good. Relaxing forward and pull back. One more time, forward and pull back. Good, we're going to do our 4 points. So I'm going to just bring my hips over to the right. Right. Okay, relax, gentle forward. Good, over to the left. Are you kidding me? And then engage to pull back. So we're right, front, left, and back. Right, front, left, and we're going to start smoothing it out. Good. We're relaxing the stomach to the front and then engaging to pull back. Good. One more time around. Reverse our direction. So I'm going to start my hips over to the left. I'm going to relax, gentle forward, over to the right, and then engage to pull back. So we're left, front, right, and back, left, front, right, and back. And we're going to start smoothing it out. Good. Relaxing to the front and engaging to the back. Relaxing forward and engaging back. And one more time around. Excellent, let's shake it up for a second. All right, so very important to start off with, we need to get into our belly dance posture, right? So normal Mandy and belly dance Mandy, right? A couple of very important things. One is I'm going to get my feet just about a fist width apart, right? Two, very important, I'm going to bend my knees. But I want to make sure that as I bend my knees, I'm not reaching forward with my torso, right? I'm imagining that I'm sliding down an invisible wall, keeping a nice flat back, right? Nice and straight. Right. Next, I'm going to engage my abs to tilt my hips up and under. Good, pulling that tailbone down to the floor. Next, I'm going to lift my chest, and last is my shoulders are back and down. Right? So you feel nice and comfortable, right? No, it's not comfortable at all, and that's how you know you're doing it right, right? So if you feel at any point like you're completely relaxed, bend the knees, tuck the abs, lift the chest, shoulders down. This is very important to what we're going to do. It's going to do two very important things. Number one, it's going to split me right in the middle between my top and my bottom. So I can move my bottom and it doesn't affect my top. I can move my top and it doesn't affect my bottom. So if the move we're working on migrates to the wrong section of your body, remember to engage and lift, right? The second thing is that it's going to elongate my spine. So I'm simultaneously pulling down through my tailbone and then lifting up through my head by lifting my chest, right? So we're elongating the spine. Nothing that we're doing should be giving you any kind of pain today, right? But especially if you start to feel a burning or an aching sensation in your lower back, right? That is your cue to tuck and lift, okay? That's gonna save that spine, all right? So we are in our belly dance posture. My knees are nice and bent, my abs are engaged, my chest is lifted, my shoulders are back and down, right? I'm gonna alternating, bending one knee further and then the other. So neither of my legs ever get straight. They both stay bent, right? I don't want to be twisting my hips, right? I want to keep them nice and straight. Just allowing one to bend and then the other. It doesn't have to be huge, right? Good. So if you notice, as I bend one knee out, my opposite hip comes up very naturally, right? I'm not pushing it up. I'm not lifting it with my hip. I'm just bending out one knee and that opposite hip comes up, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on the hip that's coming up by bending one of our knees out sharply, right? So when I bend out one knee, my opposite hip comes up. So I'm gonna bring the other hip up, 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 up. Good, I'm keeping flat heels, up, up, up. So it's all coming from my knees, right? It's a little counterintuitive. We're just keeping both those knees bent and bending one knee sharper and then the other. Up, 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 up. Good. So that's our piston hip. Our hips are coming straight up and down, just like the pistons in an engine, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this motion, we're gonna take that sharp up out of it, right? We're gonna get it just back to a nice soft wiggle. Okay, so we're still alternating those knees bending. Neither leg is ever getting straight. We're keeping both legs bent, right? We're still engaged, our chest is still lifted, our shoulders are back and down. Good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start making this motion in my knees a little faster and a little smaller. Yep. Good. We're going to make it a little faster, a little smaller. Good. A little faster, a little smaller. It's all in the knees. Good. Chest is still lifted. Good. And let's relax it for a second. So that's how we get to our shimmy, right? Alternating one knee bending and then the other. We speed that up until it becomes just a tiny vibration in our knees, right? So like I'm really cold and I feel shivery, right? Or I have to go to the bathroom really bad. Or it's really cold and I have to go to the bathroom really bad, right? So you just want that little tiny vibration in the knees, right? And that's what's gonna get that shimmy going. When you get to the point where you feel like the backs of your thighs and your butt are just going blah, 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 then you've got it. Right? Remember to keep the chest lifted. That's what's going to keep the shimmy out of your torso, right? And also when you get to the point where your belly button starts going side to side, right? That's the goal here, right? So when you get that side to side shake in the belly button, you've got it. I know as women, right, we can be afraid of the jiggle. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace the jiggle. This is what it's there for, right? So again, we're just alternating one knee bending and then the other. And then we're speeding that up a little faster and a little smaller until we get that little vibration in the knees. And that's our shimmy, right? So we're just going to keep doing a couple short videos like this, going over different belly dance moves to start off with, okay? We started with our large hip circle where we were further than hip width apart, right? We relaxed forward and engaged to the back to have our hips come all the way around in a nice big circle. Right? Then we went on to our piston hip where we alternated one knee bending and then the other, right? And then we sped that up to turn it into our hip shimmy or our knee shimmy. Okay, so feel free to watch this as many times as you like. I'm going to keep posting more. We'll go over some different videos, which will go over arm motions, hand motions, chest motions, some different kinds of hip work. Okay, so I'll keep those coming as much as I can. Thank you so much for watching. We're just going to do a quick stretch here to finish it up. Other side. And to the corner. And other side. Good. Come down to the flat back. And relaxing all the way down. Just letting everything hang. Arms are relaxed, head and neck are relaxed. We're going to bend the knees until we feel the stretch in the back and gently shake the head yes and no. And roll up. Good. Nice big shoulders up and back and down, opening up the chest. And alternate the shoulders forward. And reverse. Good. We're going to get a little bit further than hip width apart. We're just going to relax the hips over to the right and left again. Good. And we're going to switch this motion just to get into a nice soft lunge. Right? Not too extreme, nice and small. Feel free to go at your own pace. I'm just going to add a small reach with the arms. Nice and relaxed, nice and loose. Good. I'm going to lean into it with my torso. And then I'm going to relax through my head and neck, just letting it roll all the way down the spine, all the way through the body. Nice and relaxed, nice and loose. Good. Let's come back to center. Deep breath, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, and one more time, inhale, and exhale. Thank you very much, ladies. I appreciate you watching. If you'd like, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel here. I'll be posting more videos so you can get notified when those go live. Thank you very much. I hope you are all well. I appreciate you. I wish you the best. Stay safe. Good night.